Yeah, enough of that ossimetry music. It's time for Dwarf Fortress. Man. My brain. My brain. I need a brain. Wish I had a brain. Instead of having a brain, which I obviously do not have, or else I would be awake, but not the kind of wake I am right now. Hello, Cass. We're being attacked by many goblins. The last time I was attacked by goblins, there were about 10 of them. This time they brought trolls, and I think they're riding beak dogs. So all of these guys, they are invaders. So we are being seriously, I caught a cave troll at some point. Or, a cave crocodile. Cave crocodiles are the best egg-laying animal. Anyways, my boyos are coming. So, let's begin our preparations. What did I do since last time? Caverns access. Okay, I haven't gone past cavern level 1 yet. Or have I? I've not. Okay. So we're being attacked by goblins. Let's go ahead. How are my stocks going? Let's pause my steel production. There's one thing I'm going to want to do. Yeah, we're forging copper bolts. Because I should... Okay, I dug all this out to get more lignite. Okay, my boyos are getting in position. Hello, Aussie. So let's squad. Let's get our axes and hammers in position. And we're going to want to open the trader gate so that... Where's the trader gate at? Somebody got clipped by the trader gate. Avu's glove drought. They got clipped by the gate, so their blood is everywhere. They didn't die, though. They might be in the hospital. Yeah, here he is. I clipped his hand. Hello, Pat. Hello, TK. We're being invaded by many goblins. Many of them are going to be taken by the initial traps. Could maybe deploy the unicorns. They have stopped. Why have they stopped? They're shooting a unicorn over here, but that's a wild one. Do I have inside on? Let's make sure that it's inside, so that my dwarves don't try to go outside to pick up those goblin I need corpses. The game is being pretty slow because there's so many units. We have about 100 dwarves on top of, or more like 150 dwarves on top of all these invaders. 138 dwarves. Actually, 148. Okay, first stage of defense has been blocked off. They walked over these cage traps over here. They're starting to come. I'm interested to see how my weapon traps pay off. Those red discs there are also what do I... Let me make sure I can... My burrow isn't completely set up for some reason. Yeah, like this stuff. I was expanding the bedrooms. I should probably close off access to the caverns while I'm at it. Okay, that's all fine and dandy then. I've also caught a lot of elephants. I also figured out why... Ooh, I caught a giant cave spider. Yeah, this is modded music. I figured out why the goblins were escaping when I was trying to pit them. It's a bug. You're gonna hear that a lot. So my archers are in position. Up, somebody's flit into a... okay. Weapon trap, murdered goblin, murdered a troll. Going to belay the station order on those guys so they can go get food. Yeah, I'm using sound sense. I disabled most of the sound effects and just kept the music. So whenever they step on one of those red things, they're going to explode. Here's why the game's lagging. There's still more coming. Look like they're all on the map now, though. That's nice. I wouldn't mind having some beak dogs of my own. So the weapon traps are very, very effective, but they clog. Once so much goblin viscera is... I'm actually going to belay these guys as well. I can always order them back in after they get something to eat and drink. It's going to take a minute for the goblins to decide to work up the courage. Yeah, the troll blood. Troll blood, interesting fact, interesting but useless fact, troll blood is blue. The goblin blood is red. And when the goblin blood and the troll blood get on top of each other, they turn this orange. Yeah, here's all the shit that's currently in the trap. Yellow Freighter 5. We're at war with the goblins. I don't want them shooting away my ammunition while I'm at war. So I'm going to quickly turn off these archery targets. Up, splat. Yeah, they've started to clog up my traps. But they're still, the later traps aren't clogged enough. I might have to think about expanding this. They're taking their sweet time getting through. That certainly makes it effective, but there's a 1 square bottleneck. Yeah, we're handling the siege pretty well. The entire invading force is currently in my foyer. And they're taking their time, one by one. Let me go in here and find the ammo stockpile and turn it off. I want them to move the ammo into this stockpile over here, closer to the siege. Now they're starting to make it through. Am I out of copper bars? I should have enough bolts to get through. The bolts clip through the ground over here. Should have enough bolts to make it through the siege. I just need the goblins to come to me. But yes, I definitely want to expand this. Because the 1 tile inlet is certainly a mistake. Or I could really slow them down and then channel water into here somehow and just drown them all. That takes all the fun out of it, though. While that's going on, my guys are training. What kind of bones am I working with here? Not W. There we go. Okay. Start making bone crafts, please. Oh, I said I would, turn off access to the caverns. I just have an unused lever sitting around. Let's turn off this lever so that nobody can come in through down here. There's a unicorn outside. Okay, they're making it through. All of my weapon traps have been thoroughly clogged at this point. So... let's deploy the archers. They'll come down through here. And they'll start shooting. Yeah, they're canceling the collection of this stuff down here. I invented this design for the caverns access, where I think it's... yeah, I'll have to expand this to at least 2. Anyways, time for killing. Killed a goblin. This thing is a beak dog, by the way. Beak dogs are... have you ever seen Trimmers 2? The little walking trimmers? Do they call them ass blasters in that movie, or is that Trimmers 3? Beak dogs are those. It's a creature from the evil swamp. Does it say form evil swamp? Nope, from. Okay. So they're basically the thing from Trimmers. Why are you guys not killing them? Don't tell me you don't have ammo. I'm looking at Dwarf Therapist real quick. Come on. Why don't they have ammunition? Kill the troll, please. Are they going to go get ammunition? I'm gonna have to close the gate soon, just so that... oh my god, no, they're going the long way. Pause. Oh, they're going this way. They're so dumb. Well... they're gonna go club them with their bows. Oh my god. I hate this. Why didn't they both pick up the ammunition I made for them? Don't bash the troll. I mean, it's working. Shoot the... See, they have ammunition. Why are they not... Yes, leave, please. Go. My dwarves are going to get themselves killed. So let's station them here. Yeah, they're shooting back. Oh, that guy's in a martial trance. He's gonna totally die. Okay, so we lost a dwarf. I've lost 2 dwarves. Probably 3. Start shooting back. Do they really not have ammunition? They should. Like, there's some down here. Oh, I think I know what it was. Because I started moving the ammunition, which meant it was unavailable. Let's turn off bins for this one, too. What are you doing? What are you doing out here? What are you doing outside of your burrow? But they're going to be fighting my axe lords soon. Like this guy here, this is an axe lord. One should always respect the law. Yeah, he's, and I think he has a Masterwork steel axe. So as soon as this goblin crosses the corner... you can see the goblins starting to retreat. Okay, we are inside. Yeah, the goblins are retreating. So let's give chase. I don't know why there are... Somebody's fighting a beak dog. Okay, what are they doing? Place item in tomb. Item inaccessible. Now here we go. And the goblins have to run over the weapon traps. This guy might be fucked. This eager beaver down here. Okay. Turn off their order, then give them a station order. How many living goblins are there? Okay, they are fleeing. Then let's turn on the trader gate. Tell them to move here so we can mop up the stragglers. Is the trader gate being pulled? Oh, that guy might die. Oh, I'm dumb. I want to turn off the siege divert. Are they going to turn off the siege divert for me? Yes. Okay. Let's give chase. For dwarfdom! I have axe lords and I'm going to use them. Although they don't like fighting outside in the sunlight. Martial trance. This guy right here is in a martial trance. He's got the, in martial trance, whenever you're surrounded by multiple enemies, sometimes you can enter a martial trance and it makes you a super dwarf. Dwarves are the only race that can do it. That guy's having a bad time. Enraged at all enemies. Enter the Berserker Rage. As the butt rock begins playing. You. Kill this guy. Do you have anybody else? You can see they're blinking, and that's because they're outside in the sunlight and they don't like it. Chop them! Okay, they're done. You know what? Cancel that order. Everybody just go back home. I lost some hammer dwarves at some point. They weren't as trained as my... Let's turn on the moat. Where's the moat at? And I can turn off the... Oh, I lost an axe lord. That's not great. Well, there's always more axe dwarves to be made. Now, time to produce many goblin corpses. So what were our total losses for that war? 4 Marks dwarves, 2 hammer dwarves, and an axe dwarves, compared to... that. That could have been played better. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to go back to this stockpile. Allow all. And then this one is going to give to this stockpile. Hopefully that works. Now there's going to be a frenzy as dwarves get moved to the hospital. Apparently the manager's lost a family member or a friend. And my refuse pile is going to be probably not enough. In fact, never mind. They'll fill it up. Yeah, we got some horrified people. Well, that's what happens when you get attacked by goblins. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for unhappy dwarves. Okay, all my dwarves are pretty happy. If I had any unhappy dwarves, I would make it so that they didn't have corpse hauling turned on. So that they would not trouble themselves with this. Let's turn on the access to the caverns now. I also need to refill my well. Why is this guy sleeping in my prison? Oh. I forgot to... Apparently I forgot to produce a specific thing. So somebody got thrown into jail for it. Let's make some coffins. Yeah, there's that good stuff. The goblin carnage. Let's take a look at this one, the grieving one. Avu's Law Razors is really dead. Wah! She's uneasy after seeing many dead bodies. Well, you, my uneasiest person, gets to... Unhappiest people no longer have to worry about dead people. So, we immediately saw some problems with how I handled that siege. The cost was dwarven lives. And also time. So we are going to expand this. That should quicken that up a bit. Lots of vomit everywhere because people went outside in the sun. But I get to train up new military dwarves. That'll be improved by... Turn these archery targets back on. It actually would make sense. Since I have water as a resource, one thing that would make sense would be to just have this thing I have over here, and instead of using military dwarves at all, just to drown all the invaders. That would make perfect sense. I always feel bad doing that, though, because it's like, why even have a military if you can just kill everything with traps? Traps are really overpowered, and bridges are overpowered for water flooding. wonder if I could do it here. If I... I could design a drowning chamber here. That I could have as a divert. If I do it like this, that brings me down here. What's the fastest way off the map? Up. I think blood doesn't seem... If the goblin is a vampire, I think that can ruin the water. But you don't want your moat to actually have water in it to begin with. Because there's invaders that can swim. Of course, I might hit aquifers doing this. The best way to handle this would be to dig through the soil layer so that I know I wouldn't. Okay. And then I can funnel water down into the drowning chamber. Maybe I could make a mist generator as well. That would allow... This would allow me to, if desired, say no to a siege. Because I can build a bridge like here and turn that off. Then after anybody comes through here, lure them into this spot. Now, time for more coffins. But we successfully repelled a large-scale siege. Relatively painlessly as well. Turn the well off. I just wanted to refill it. Actually, make sure that's in the right spot. It is. Let's go ahead and do this, though. Also, I want to unforbid all this stuff. claim all this. Refuse file is filling up. Let's go ahead and make another one. Turn that stuff all on, and we make sure that this one does not allow goblin parts. I don't want goblin bones. Goblins don't have shells, but actually, I don't want teeth in here at all. Actually, no. Permit teeth. Okay, and then I want... There we go. Goblin hooves. Goblins could have hooves, I don't know. So yes, the cleanup effort after the invasion going to take a while. So I had other stuff that I wanted to do, but the first thing that I need to do is start filling up our military again. Let's check out this guy. This guy's a good replacement. Butcher, you're in the squad. Logum. You're in the squad. E-Rush. You're in the squad. I'm looking up in Dwarf Therapist, just people I have kicking around. I'm gonna have to replace more of the archers. Because a lot of them got themselves killed like idiots. Oh, right. Okay, I don't want Dish Mob in there. She's my armorer. Okay, no dish mob. What logum? Was logum important? Well, I think I just put logum in the other squad. Yeah. How about Ushrir? I'm just looking at random dwarves who don't otherwise... Oh, you're already in there. Alright, now we'll do it. I'll search by profession, and anybody who's a peasant can be my next person. I don't have any peasants. I have plenty of craftsmen, though. Okay. Okay. Now they'll get back to training. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, professional peasant, yes. Somebody's injured. Probably in the hospital. Here's what we're going to do. How much steel do I have? 20. So this forge is going to make steel greaves until it can't anymore. And this one is going to make steel... giant steel axe blades until they can't anymore. So I already have a legendary weaponsmith, and I already have legendary armorsmith. Though my armorsmith became legendary the hard way, just producing mini armor. So what we're going to do though is we're going to do the melt fandango. And while that's happening, let me make sure I have enough coffins to go around. Here's our tomb. Our dwarven graveyard. is we're going to do this. Build. Plot. I want to find the second cavern layer. Somewhere around here. So that's one layer below this. Okay, we're going to go build C. Okay, no. Build C. Now we're going to go DZ. Now DJ. Will that work? Okay, that'll work. Who's this wiener? Is this guy a vampire? Okay, no vampires. He's just a guy. Masterpiece bauxite coffin, indeed. I want to expand my... Ooh, that's right, I've got a giant cave spider. That's important. Okay. I've got to dump some of this shit. Why is this in the refuse pile? Anyways. I don't want to squash my dwarven corpses. Or the beak dogs, because I can butcher those. Oh, that's also, we can dump that. Alright, and they'll take this stuff over to the trash compactor and throw it away. My guard dog is gone. one thing that I'm reminded of. Okay, all of my stuff's getting trained. That's why my unicorns were going wild last time, is I was forgetting to train them. Although... some of my stuff is really beat up. We're going to do this. Settings. Armor. Turn off steel armor for this. Pile. Armor. I'm doing some advanced bullshit. Okay, this armor only accepts steel. And only masterwork and artifact. Anything except masterwork and artifact. And this only takes trap components. And this one only accepts steel. Okay, I did this one. Okay, this one wants to be armor. Poor quality, only masterwork and artifact. And only steel. There's a reason for this. And I want to go to the weapon stockpile. Turn off trap components. And that's because we're going to have a this smelter is going to... This was the less than masterwork, right? Yeah. So this one is going to give to that smelter, and this one is also going to give to that smelter. And we're going to turn off bins for these ones. There is a reason. We're going to be doing some... how the trash compactor works It'll start working once people stop being busy. The trash compactor is just a bridge. It's a raised bridge. Just like this bridge over the moat. And bridges can either retract, and a retracted bridge is what the moat is, where it just ceases to exist after you pull the lever, and then it'll reappear when you pull the lever again. A raised bridge forms a wall when you pull it, and then when you pull it again, it'll lower and turn into a floor. Anything that is under the bridge, when it lowers, and can't get knocked into another level, is annihilated. It is crushed into non-existence. So they call it a dwarven atom smasher, because bridges can destroy almost everything in the entire game. There are a few kinds of monsters that are merely too big to be crushed. But for everything else, there's the dwarven atom smasher. And everything that can't be crushed, almost everything that can't be crushed can be melted with magma. So there's ways of dealing with everything. Yes, this machine destroys everything. Asterisks doesn't do Bronze Colossus. There's just some boots out here. Okay. So this very special furnace, this smelter, is going to melt metal objects. Actually. And this stockpile is also only going to accept greaves. Go ahead and melt that, though, so hold on. They're dumping that because it's damaged. A lot of the armor got damaged in the war. Yeah, one of our dwarves, this guy, the Bone Carver, he walked in front of a bridge while it was lowering, and his body's just gone. Yeah, that's why this one thing in our graveyard that looks different is a slab. It is a memorial to Tosid Ethramduseel, or Ethramduseel, because he was crushed and left no body. Our graveyard's getting respectable. Hold on a second. Just going to real quick. This guy's hanging out in my museum. And I want to make sure he's not stealing anything. Okay. He's on the level. Visitors will like to steal your artifacts. Well, that worked. Well, yeah, they got this. So we got build, plot. Nice. I can definitely find stuff here. Was there any over here? I'm looking for the caverns. There's some over here. So we'll start taking some peeks. Into some very stupid ways. Still busy hauling all this stuff. Man, it's been a while. Migrants. That'll be useful. More hands. Somebody's horrified. Oh, look at this. There's a kid playing make-believe right by a goblin corpse. That's how we do it in Dwarf Town. Okay. You know, don't, only steal, please. So I'm going to be training up more armor smiths and weapon smiths, while also not dismaying my good ones by melting their masterpieces, is what the plan is going to be. Did I catch any beak dogs? Caught a lot of trolls. I didn't catch any beak dogs. That's fine. They would have been permanently angry at my military anyways, but... So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to take a peek by digging up, by doing, what is this? A guild hall for the Metalsmith Guild. That makes sense for everything I've done with you guys. Do I have a guild here? Do I have a Metalsmith Guild? Farmer Guild Hall. Where's that at? That's the clearing of seals. Oh, here it is. That's why I need to engrave this and build some statues to increase the value. That'll probably be good. A lot of busy stuff, though. Do I not have any forges that are set to melt? Good. Good. Melt that sucker. I shouldn't be melting these steel greaves. They're good ones. Yeah, don't let exceptional ones in here. We're doing some stupid science here. But my poor management has been biting me in the hinder. Go ahead and melt that too. Okay, so now this thing is just going to... Wait, why do you... Oh. No fuel. Where's barn block? Where's my barn block stockpile? It should be the biggest one. Yeah. This is annoying. Going to have to give it to every of these workshops. So that these workshops can so you are giving. That should be fine. Hello, Burned Head. Let's see if I just screwed everything up. I'm very sleep deprived. We withstood a very large goblin invasion. Hey! That's what I was looking for. Although I have to stop this now. Because I need to build a wall here. We got magma, folks. I have a new project. I don't need this anymore. I need to start planning something called a magma piston. What is that? Just a cave swallow. Okay. Oh, my elephants gave birth inside their cages. Just some giant cave spiders. Okay. Okay. Now I have to wall this off so that I'm not attacked by awful creatures. But I found the second cavern layer, which has magma. And I'm going to be working on something called a magma piston, which I've never actually done before. See, there's magma down here, but it's very far away from my fortress. We're on layer 137 right now. Yeah, are we? So the magma is about 25 Z levels away from my workshops. Now I could either build the workshops down here and have them travel Can I build a wall here, please? Either have them build a workshop here, do a pump stack, because a pump stack takes forever and requires a million pumps. It's annoying. I guess I'd be able to power it with the river, but... Are you going to give me sass for using the wiki of one of the most complicated games ever made? And also for using a tile set? Got bad news for the Steam release, amigo. Okay, that fella's hungry. You should go eat something instead of mining. Yeah, Honey Boney. Wasn't it the forums that came up with the magma piston, though? I remember reading the thread on that. I'll have to dig a reservoir if I do it. Because I can't just do it into this. I'd have to... dig out into the side. Okay, walled myself off from the caverns at least. Man, taking a long time to... Actually, hold on. Yeah, okay, we got a stressed out dwarf. So some dwarves get to go on vacation. They've seen too many goblin corpses, and now they're upset. Well, let's see here. Okay. Satisfied and horrified. That is the existence of a dwarf. Well, I guess it's expected that people would be horrified if I, kill a couple hundred goblins. If a dwarf sees enough bodies, they'll start saying "doesn't feel anything" after seeing a dead body. If their discipline gets high enough. What's wrong with you? Infected. You have soap, so you shouldn't have got infected, but it just happens sometimes. Burial. Just a chest out here? Oh, it's a quiver. I see. Okay, they're starting to unload into the trash compactor, though. Guild Hall for the Metalsmiths Guild. I think I can just do that. Clearing of steels, or seals. Grand Guild Hall, okay. So this will be for the Metalsmiths Guild. The Oily Canyon. Are my good engravers doing this? I have some bad ones. What is engraving all about? It increases the value of the room. Your dwarves just engrave a little picture into the surface, and it makes the room more valuable. Need flux stone, eh? Okay. Okay, you're just Kimball, right? Or Kogan. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, see, he doesn't feel anything about seeing dead bodies. But he just blinks because he has a broken back. What are my miners doing? Mining, it appears. Yeah, grouchy about being out in the sun. They're going to do that because of this. Turn off hauling for some of my unhappy dwarves. But we've got this. We got a steel factory going on. Because I'll be producing more steel than it costs to. The goblins wouldn't care about that, and the goblin remains could rot and form something called miasma, which is a stinking purple cloud that makes your dwarves very unhappy. I have to make some more chalk. Although they're stock over... Oh, I know why. This is dumb. Okay. That'll fix some of my problems. That face when a purple stinking cloud makes you unhappy? Yeah. Okay, I got some dwarves on vacation. We're making beak dog bones into stuff. Is that unicorn rotten? Yeah. Okay, so the reason they weren't able to make the pig iron bars is because once a stockpile gives to a workshop, that workshop will only take things from given stockpiles. So in order to set up my melt train down here, I had to make a stockpile for chalk, because you need a flux stone to produce steel. Oh, speaking of. they won't be able to make iron if they can't also use, get the magnetite they need to do so. This is that's tetrahedrite. There's magnetite here, though. Yeah. Keep pressing escape one too many times. Cleanup is almost finished. Once I bleed off some of this unhappiness, this will actually be good for my dwarves. It'll start teaching them about... it'll improve their discipline. So let's do... This only accepts steel giant axe blades. Okay. Apparently some of these weapon traps just broke. Why can't you do this? This bar and block should give to you. You already are giving to you. I don't know why they suspended it. Oh, I know why they suspended it, because I was dumb. But now it'll work. So now I'll have a melt train going, where I turn steel bars into more steel bars. The Clothier. Okay. Okay. I had to take care of an unhappy dwarf there. So yeah, we're making steel greaves and steel giant axe blades, which both melt for more steel bars than they cost to make. So, I'll be able to turn my bottlenecked steel production into a good steel production. Pull the lever. About to use the trash compactor. Refuse pile looking pert. Hello, the Ragnov. We are dealing with the aftermath of a large goblin invasion. Just crushing their corpses right now. Splat. And now, pull the lever again. There's no items here now. There's still a goblin corpse, but that's probably fine. It was a large invasion of a large... It was an invasion of a large quantity of goblins, plus an invasion of trolls, which are like large goblins. We also have a unicorn farm. Just he's hanging out over here. That's why I embarked on a good biome, because I'd never even seen a unicorn in the game yet, so I decided to try to catch them. And the unicorns have been profitable. Well, it's hard for me to play a game where I can exploit physics without... Logim. I might want to retire Logim for a while. None of them are super bad, though. What can I do to help Logim out? He's doing better on his own. Yeah, the unhappy dwarf business I'm dealing with is, I was invaded by about 100 or so goblins, and I made most of them into corpses. So they had to haul all those corpses around, and most of them really did not like seeing all those corpses. I could show you Dwarf Therapist, sure. So what I've been doing to my unhappy dwarves is in Dwarf Therapist, which you should use. I'm sorting by my unhappy dwarves, and I'm just turning their labors off, especially their hauling labors. That first, so that they wouldn't pick up corpses or pick up refuse, but just so that they get lots of time to relax. Like you see our miner is attending a meeting, and some of them are cleaning, some of them are praying, reciting poetry. That over time, they're the things that are making them unhappy, which for this one, I can't mouse over it so you can see, but, here we go, Uzoth. Felt horrified after seeing a dead body 53 times. That's why Uzal was upset. But now, she felt nothing after seeing a dead body 38 times in a row. So, she's just on her way to her discipline skill. Yeah. Leveling up her discipline by doing stuff like that, which will make them deal better with corpses. Yes, it's good. Feeling nothing when you see dead bodies is good. Despite what you might think. So, See, as a dwarf therapist, you should use it. I have an idea, Kaz. I'll have to talk to you about it. Later, I should say. Right now, I'm running on fumes, though. So eventually, their bad thoughts will go away, and their good thoughts will overcome it. Especially if their dining room is really good, which this one is, and their prayer hall is also really good. So they're just relaxing. So eventually they'll recover. The recovery takes a lot longer than... The recovery takes a lot longer than the bad part, though. Melt that. Okay. Yeah, the not practicing a craft and missing family a lot, those are the unmet needs. They more affect the dwarves' focus, and the only real way to do those is to micromanage. The best thing you can do is just, if they want to practice a craft, just have them bone carve or stone craft for a while. And if you see them missing family a lot, the only thing to do is just give them no labors, so they just naturally go and hang out with their family. Or produce a baby. So that kind of stuff I just kind of try not to worry about too much, but... Melt that. Are you melting? You're melting. Okay. Then once the... Okay, I'm going to put a kielbosh on this. Because I want to start... planning this. So let's see, where can I put this cistern at? Here. This should work out. Yeah, they'll eventually go away, or they'll turn into skeletons. It's much faster just to crush them with a bridge, which is what I was doing. Okay. Can I get through this? This is plan A. Just make sure I can dig through this. Because I actually need to go. I want to go down 2 levels. Okay, so I haven't never done a magma piston before, which I'll get there when I get there. I've done it with aquifers before, where you sort of cause collapses to pierce through aquifers, and that was very, very good. But in the meantime, I've got plenty of resources up here. Too many goblins. We're still hauling critters into the gob. Oh, hold on a second. Giant cassowary male. Giant cassowary male. Dang it. I bought a giant armadillo at some point. I have a cave crocodile. Ooh. Male. Male. Dang it. I want a breeding pair of cave crocodiles because those are very, very effective critters to have. They lay a ton of eggs. I have some giant cave spiders, which I should probably set up a silk farm. But I can worry about one stupid project at a time. That's what I want to limit myself to. Speaking of... Turkey. So poults have hatched. Where are they at? Let's do this real quick. Just turn that off again. I want to see how many poults I get. We're going to inundate our fortress with turkey bones. Okay, my most stressed dwarf is... Of course that's going to be damp stone. Has my stress gone down? Most stressed dwarf is 14.7k. With refresh, 14.5k. So it's going down. Yes, I know it's wet. You're gonna be fine. It's wet because the thing above is... God, this is gonna be miserable. What if I just go around it so I don't have to deal with those stupid messages? Because yes, I know it's wet. It won't hurt you. It's going to yell at me again. But this way I don't have to dig through as much wet stone warnings. Okay, we're through. That should be enough magma. Okay, that's plenty enough poults. Are all my guys finally... Okay, let's go ahead and do this. This is going to be a bit annoying. Go ahead and remove dump. Make sure it's paused. Pause, db dump. Start removing dump on the cages. We got some giant cave spiders. Which are useful because we are going to make a silk industry out of them, probably with the help of a goblin. And then we're going to go to Z, stocks, armor, and remove dump on all of this stuff. That way they will keep their armor. So they'll put up more of a fight. Go to ammunition. We'll dump those. Then go to weapons. And unforbid... why is that forbidden? No, I've probably caused my dwarves to go running out into the caverns to go get attacked, but... Alright, there we go. Now they'll disarm them. The goblins will not want to help with the... How it will work is I'm going to build a cage, or a chamber, for the giant cave spider, and it's going to see a goblin through a fortification, and that goblin is going to run back and forth a whole lot because that's what it wants to do. It wants to escape, and I think every time the spider will see the goblin, it'll try to shoot web at it, and then my dwarves will collect the web. So the goblin's going, both the goblin and the spider are going to exist in a state of make sure that you're the carpenter shop. The goblins are going to exist in a... Both the goblin and the spider are going to exist in a state of constant struggle, so that I can easily produce high quality silk. Now I'm going to just barely not feed them to the goblin. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be like a firing range. That's a good way of putting it. Okay. We're getting some people becoming dabbling weapon and armor smiths because they're producing steel greaves and steel gauntlets. My bar stock is actually going to go down because I have, yeah, it's staying stable because I have 2 forges using steel and 1 forge and 1 smelter making steel. Which means I might just let the jobs run until they run out and then start melting again. We have a lot of trolls too. Nilbog. We're catching some more stuff. Elk birds. I could try taming some elk birds. I figured out how to do it. And they're going to run away from my dwarves into the waiting arm of my cages. Okay. So I'll probably start... maybe not with elk birds. I've got unicorns already. An elk bird? Well, an elk bird is like a chocobo with antlers. The problem with breeding elk birds is that elk birds, they're a pasture animal. They require grazing to live. But when they're on their nest box hatching eggs, they will refuse to move. And they will starve. Half the time they will successfully hatch their eggs without starving. Half the time they won't. They'll starve before they hatch their eggs. I figured out how to get a workaround though. If you tie up the chocobo and it's tied up next to a nest box, it'll still sit in the nest box, but dwarves will come and feed it because it's a restrained aminal. Ooh, what's this? Elk bird. It was by my archery target, so I was hoping it was a crocodile. Yeah, the leash is for the dwarves, not the bird. That's a good way of putting it. Let's go ahead and claim this shitty stuff. Let's take a look at what we got here. Bunch of troll clothing. Some pikes. This is your average goblin knight. If there was any... Oh, there's a scourge. Whips are broken right now, and they're broken in a very stupid way. Whips are incredibly over-effective right now. They just kind of slash right through armor. I'm willing to bet that some of my... Ooh, we caught the giant cave spider that actually killed some things. Nice. I'm willing to bet that some of the... Looking for semi-wild. Okay, they'll go and train those unicorns up. Unicorns difficult to train. Would have thought. I may have been able to get some without training if I just invaded some elves and stole from them. But I had never done that before. I've never done missions. Those are fairly recent-ish. Okay, let's check on my dig. Why is it only one miner digging? Oh, here comes another one. It's because I only have 2. Because one was stressed out. So let's find a peasant. Congratulations, you two. You're now professional miners. Yeah, humans are annoying when they invade you. Because humans tend to just camp around the edge of your map. Hey, what are you doing? I'm gonna have somebody who has hunting enabled, but I don't want you to hunt. You're a good marks, dwarf. So we've caught a lot of elk birds. Okay, just have a goblin corpse hanging out. Am I finally out of featherwood logs? No? Oh, I know why. Let's make some more featherwood logs. Ooh, a ballista. I've never bothered with ballistas. Oops, somebody withdraws from society. How are my unhappy dwarves doing? Claimed a metalsmith's forge. I might have to make another animal stockpile. Yeah, withdraws from a society is one of the kinds of strange moods. You have Fey mood, you have withdraws from society, you have is possessed. It means he's going to make an artifact. You can see him dragging stuff to the metalsmith's forge over here. He just took an emerald or something. He had some leather. He's taking some bituminous coal or some lignite. And because he's making some bones... Ooh, you might get some good images on it because... you might have seen some shit. Okay, some granite blocks or chalk blocks. Some more bones. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Because they tend to put stuff either they like or stuff they've seen on the artifacts they make. Just kind of watching them go. Is that door pet passable? No. Begins a mysterious construction. Okay. But withdraws from society is one of the better strange mood types. The ones you don't want are possessed. There's also strange moods that can only happen if the person is very unhappy. Sometimes they'll murder another dwarf and make something out of their skin and bones. I've never had that happen, sadly. So I think I want to build plot. I want to see it blocked all the way. Okay, so it's here. Okay, here's where I want to build my piston. Where do I want to put it? Let's just demarcate it here. That is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 from here. Okay. I'm not going to be digging. This is just for marking. What I actually want to do is this. So we're going to drive a gigantic spike of earth into the fortress, or into the lava. And when we drop the big spike of earth onto the reservoir of magma I'm making underneath it, it will teleport the lava from the bottom up to the top. In practice, or in theory, I should say. And I'm going to put it on this level. Yeah, we're going to have some fun with fluid dynamics, yeah. But we're not going to do it yet. It reminds me of back when I played a lot of Minecraft, like almost 10 years ago at this point. The water elevators you could make. There we go. But first, I've got to fill this cistern up with magma. Which is a fairly simple process. We've done this before on streams. Where we're going to build a bridge up onto the side of the magma tube and let the dwarves dig out from underneath. Okay. How's stuff going up here? We're going up steel bars. Get some more bone crafting done. And if this doesn't work, I am in a position where I could set up a pump stack. Which, a pump stack would work, but it's very labor intensive. Okay, you want to turn on item hauling for you, so that you can obtain an item. Oh, I need to make some mugs. Let's make some mugs. Make 30 rock mugs, please. One of my unhappy dwarves had to drink without a goblet, cup, or mug. Which I should have plenty of them, but, you know, you never know. Okay. Got regular elephants going through. Female cave crocodile. Bim Likotem, the Thresher, has created Libacrius Sibrak Zarut, a steel greaves. Let's take a look. The salve praise thirsts, the salve of insanity. This is a steel greaves. It is encrusted with reticular lignite cabochons. Decorated with beak dog bone and encircled with bands of drawtha leather and willow. It menaces with spikes of steel and cobaltite. The image of 2 willows and unicorn bone. Well, not the coolest looking thing, but because it's got unicorn bone and beak dog bone and it's made of steel, the thing will be worth a zillion dollars. Wait, what did I butcher? Oh, an elk bird, probably. Because there's a gizzard stone. Logim. How's Logim doing? Fine. Unhappy, but deal withable. This butt rock music's a little much. I still haven't removed it. Next, so build G. We want to build a bridge. And there's some orthoclase that I can do it with. And orthoclase is magma safe. Yeah, it'll guard your shins really well. Okay, well, all this stuff is still going. Okay. I want to make this one deeper, I think. Oh, come on, you've got rock you can make mugs out of. There's some schist right there. Okay. Somebody made masterpiece. Oh, hold on a second. I can't melt those masterpiece steel greaves. Yeah, one of the people, my newly legendary armorer, just popped off some masterwork greaves. But you know what? That's fine, but it's not what I want. I want shitty greaves. Okay. There goes that elf out to go die somewhere. Okay, the female cave crocodile left. Oh well. Okay, making mugs. You're making it out of chalk. Okay. Where was that at? Oh, that's just my elf going around looking at stuff. Yeah, the elf is out here hunting monsters. That's what he came here for. So he's mapping out the caverns for me. And will probably die. Okay, getting a save going. And I think I'm about to fall over. So, that went longer than I thought I would. So thanks for joining, everybody. Next time, we'll be pulling up magma from the caverns so that I can finally get some real metal industry going. Either we will have a successful magma piston drop, where we drop a very tall column of stone directly onto some magma to teleport it up, or I'll spend a very long time making magma-safe parts so that I can get a pump stack going, and then get that pump stack going with the river, which will be a bunch of screw pumps stacked on top of each other. There would be about 30 of them, so I would need 30 pipe segments, 30 screws, 30 mechanisms. So I would need 2, 4, maybe 200 bars of iron, or I can make some of it out of orthoclase. If I have sand, I could start just pumping out glass, which also works, but the lignite usage would be very heavy. I'd use a lot of fuel. So if I could avoid doing that, I would greatly want to. But for now, good night.